I'm Anuradha Sethuraman. On the professional side, I work as a structured notes trader at Morgan Stanley. I was one of those kids who was never asked to learn dancing, but at the same time, as a kindergartner or as a first grader, I was always a part of small shows on the stage. I wouldn't say I was ever committed to dancing at that point of time, but there was one fine day when I saw this Didi dancing on stage, decked up in Bharatanatyam costume with all the pretty jewelry, and all I wanted to do was to be like her and to dance like her. I think ever since then I've been looking for it. I had been looking for a teacher, and I found one at the age of around 13 and a half or 14. So I'm one of the late starters. I started learning Bharatanatyam under Srimati Rajeshwari Natarajan, who's the daughter of the founders of Rajeshwari Kala Mandir Mumbai. And from there on, I've had many teachers and have tried my hands at multiple dance forms. So, just in terms of the different forms that I've formally learned, apart from all the folk dances that I got roped into in school, I Bharatanatyam being my base art form, I also started learning Kathak when I moved to Hong Kong for work, and I have been continuing that under Sahasra's tutelage as well as currently under Prashant Shaji. My first teacher in the form of Kathak was Srimati Nisha Shah in Hong Kong, and I also continued learning under some of her students. So as you can see, I've had so many teachers over time. But in terms of like what are the few things that I remember and are most memorable from the times that I did all these dance forms, Bharatanatyam, what I remember it most for is that my teacher, she has been more than a teacher to me. She's been more like a mom. For every show, for every rehearsal, she used to cook food and bring it to us because she knew very well that I don't eat on the day of a show, or I hardly eat on the day of a show. And she used to make me eat like a little kid and say, Corande, have some. And so going to class was like a total stress buster for me, be it from schoolwork, stress, college, getting into college. It's always been a big stress buster. And I've loved being around everyone and rehearsing and performing. I think one of the funniest memories again was it was during one of the competitions that I used to go to every year. We went and all prepared, we had everything with us, and then right on stage, I'm standing there and the stereo system stops working, and my song just stops playing, and I'm standing there thinking, all right, what next? But I'm holding my calm right there, and then my teacher's waving out to me frantically, and I'm thinking, what's happening? And I turn around for 1 second with my smile on, and she says, we're changing the song, and I'm like, oh, yikes. But luckily, it went the right way. I ended up winning the competition. So that. I think Navatman has brought in a lot of different memories for me. One was actually a funny memory. This happened at a show that we did for ISKCON. Sahi and I were supposed to be doing both Kathak and Bharatanatyam, and very happily we carried all our stuff, went there. We had a whole hour of, like we had time to rest before the show, and we were just practicing. Then we went on stage to do our Bharatanatyam piece, and suddenly I realized I don't have my Kathak costume. And we had the whole hour to have brought it up there. And then luckily, one of the volunteers from Navatman went all the way and brought it just in time for us to finish our Bharatanatyam piece. We made a grand exit. I changed, I made a grand entry again, and bam. I think the fact that when I moved from Hong Kong, I had taken a big break in Bharatanatyam and I got back to Bharatanatyam after almost 3 years. So physically, it had been a big challenge. I lost a lot of my stamina, lost a lot of my flexibility. Office work kind of makes your shoulders tight. So there's been a lot of physical challenges to getting back in shape and doing what I do right now. And I still continue to find the challenge in every class, but I feel like it just gives me more to look forward to. I think after every show, I end up watching the video and I'm like, all right, this needs to be fixed. This just needs to be fixed. And I think what also helps is just the group here at Navatman. I think everyone kind of is at a similar stage in life where some of the, everyone kind of faces some similar challenges. And when you see one person getting over it, it's a lot easier for you to push yourself further. I think personally, I feel like uh, given the fact that I was one of those people who actually went into dancing because I wanted to dance, not because I was told to. I feel like if there's any kind of art form, be it dance, music, painting, whatever it is, if there's something you like, you have to go for it. You have to give it a shot. Don't get bogged down if you don't get it in the first go. Don't get bogged down if you don't get it for a few years. Sometimes these things take time, and just keep at it. And I think also don't let age be ever a factor in deciding whether you want to go at something or not.
Who's your favorite Bollywood actor?
Ranveer Kapoor.
Who's your favorite Bollywood actress?
Madhuri.
Who's your favorite Navatman member?
Oh man! Don't make me do this. I love everyone. I can't do this to anyone.
What is your favorite step?
I love bunch.
Huh?
All kinds of bunch. There's a sequence of footwork where you just play around with beats.
What
is your favorite Abhinaya?
I think it's mom and daughter, mom and kid.
What's the last thing you do going on stage?
Get nervous, and then just pray and just breathe
What's
and
your-
say we'll get through it.
What's your favorite stage tradition?
I think stay quiet.
Stay quiet.
Yeah, and not eat the whole day.
Who's your dance inspiration?
A great question. I think apart from my teachers, basically everyone, all of my teachers have been big time inspirations. But I think I do, in the more recent context, there are a few dancers whose shows and performances and just the theory and concepts I've loved. Some of whom include Rama Vaidyanathan and Rakshana Vaidyanathan, and also Nirupama and Rajendra Rao. They just have these out of the world productions, beautiful big sets, beautiful big colors. Very mythological old stories, but put in a way that everyone loves it.
Bharatanatyam or Kathak?
Don't make me do this. Actually, Bharatanatyam, in all fairness, Bharatanatyam. But I just love all dance forms. If I get a chance, I want to learn every dance form. I think I have personally had an amazing time at Navatman, an amazing time because even though I joined only for the purpose of Kathak, I ended up being so much more a part of Navatman than I imagined. And if there's one week where we don't have classes, and I think Sahi's seen this, there's one week where I don't attend a class or don't come for a rehearsal, I'm like, there's something missing here. I think just the fact that everyone who comes here is kind of a similar age, especially, I'm talking about like the adult group. It's almost kind of the same age, and everyone has probably one other whole side to their life, a professional side, a family life, and then they find time to do what they love. That just keeps me moving, and I can't, if there's a possibility that I have to move away from the US, I'll be so sad because I don't want to stop being with Navatman.